So Expressive E released Soliste, which is a beautiful audio modeling or physical modeling, I should say, expressive plugin that has four beautiful instruments within them. So this is the double bass. This is the cello. This is the viola. And this is the violin. So the only thing I would say that kind of compares to it is the Swan instrument um, collection of these same instruments. The only thing I'll say about those are I don't think they sound as good as these. And that's just my opinion. I'm going to do some sound testing for it. I'm not going to compare the two. This video is particularly only about Soliste, and I'm going to let you hear what the sounds are like. It's on sale right now, 40% off. Highly suggest if you want those orchestral sounds to grab this. Now, you don't need the Osmos to play them, and you don't technically have to have an MP controller to play them. However, to get more expression out of it, then yes, you would want to have one of the two. The MPC Live 3 has its own pads that are unique to that. So you could use that if you own it. Again, no need to go buy that to use these sounds. So I just wanted to put it out there to show you. I'm going to go ahead and put this mic down, and then I'll start getting into that. All right. So here we go. And I will mute the mic to show you this. Okay, so definitely comment in the bottom your thoughts. That is the violin. Now we're going to check out the viola. Just so you know, the left hand controls the pitch, the right the bow. On the osmos and on the push, you should be able to use your right hand only because you can control the bow as well as the pitch with just the actual MPE. So see, I have MPE turned on right now. Here's the effects. You can change the different effects if you want to. There's presets that kind of get you going, and the instruments sound fantastic. You can get really in depth with the portamento. Right now, the assisted vibrato is on. You can turn it off and do it yourself and adjust the speed and the amplitude of it, which is really nice. Let's go back to, okay, there we go. Back to the main page. So down here, there's more controls. Just click it and you go into those. If you want to go back, you go there. Here's the expression and the attack. And there's these different versions that you can use, like where it goes back and forth with the violin. So you can hear the noise of the bow going back and forth. So if you want that in your sound, which gives it more realism, you can do that. You can have it with the sustain or without it, or do the tremolo. So there you go on the tremolo. You can adjust if you right click, I think here, right, the size of your screen. So if you're having trouble seeing some of the smaller stuff, just right click and adjust that. I'm going to show you, there's the MIDI. So if you have the Touche, which they made, you could get that with a regular keyboard and have a lot of effects on there. Otherwise, you have the classic, and then there's a user if you want to change the parameters for the CCs and all that good jazz. All right, cool. Okay, so let's just go ahead right into the next instrument, which is going to be the double bass, I believe. That is true. It's the double bass. And then we will just take a listen to this one. I'll mute the mic again. Okay. And that's not even all of the stuff. I'm not going to go through everything on each one. There is a walkthrough video that Expressive E put out, and I highly suggest that you watch it. Hold on one second. I highly suggest that you watch it if you want more detail, as I'm just trying this out today. Okay. So let's get to the last one, which is the cello. I wanted to show you on the cello that, and this is on all of them, you can change from legato to detach. I think they pronounce that detache, but it's like where the notes are played separate on the bow strokes, because sometimes you may want legato and sometimes you may not, depending on what sound of music or style of music you're playing. Um, these advanced features are just right here from a click away, and you have the bow position, you have the bow intensity, the accents, the pressure, the noise. So many adjustments that you can make depending on what you personally want to do. Each time you change this, you can adjust different things. For instance, the you notice here you gain the character of the legato. So like you can put classic or you can have it go intense. You also get to change some of the more dynamic stuff with regards to like the sustain, the back and forth, etc. Because let's say you get on here with this back and forth and it's a little too much, or if the bow intensity is too much, you could turn it down just a little bit to make it sound a little more natural to you, or whatever you feel is more natural. Also, adjusting the attack, the mute, etc., is all available. So I feel like these instruments have so much more flexibility to be more expressive. So hopefully that registers with you and you like what it sounds like. I'll play. These colors are amazing. I'm not gonna lie. If you look down below, it tells you this is a mellow, woody, rounded cello that delivers a lush singing warmth. The antique has a round, resonant, woody tone, and it recalls like the rich warmth of a seasoned instrument. So it's like it's broke in. And then this is your gentle voice singing one that has more of a that's more good for like um intimate melodic passages. Of course, you have a hollow one that's going to have a more profound resonance. And then you have the spark, which is um, probably, I would just say, the more modern, yeah, feel for it. Okay. So take a listen to those different ones if you decide to get it. Um, I think they're all beautiful. You're talking about hints of different sounds depending on the style of music you're making. And again, you can change all this tremolo and all that stuff there. Okay. The volume button slider is over here on all of them. Most of this stuff is standard. When you see one, you can buy these separate. So if you prefer, like you just want the violin, you could do that. You could buy it separate, so on and so forth. And I think personally, if you're going to get them, now would be the time. 40% off is crazy. Um, and you're not going to find sales like that often. This is a Black Friday sale, and you definitely want to take advantage of it if you're interested in this type of stuff. I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think Swam instruments, cellos, and things of that are on this level. I may be wrong. It's just an opinion, but I think these are better. In my opinion, they sound better, and they're definitely easy to be really expressive with, especially if you have MPE. So, my thoughts are it's a great buy. Take advantage of whatever this, not only the sale, but if you have tokens and if you have virtual cash on um, Plugin Boutique, you can use that towards the purchase to get it cheaper. And yeah, I think you guys will enjoy it even more so. And I'll see you on the next video.